How you doing? This is Allan from mindvisionmedia.net, and today I'm going to show you some pretty cool tricks, CSS tricks that you can use on your responsive WordPress theme. And I'm going to be working on version 1949, and this is the current state of the responsive theme as I have it installed on my computer. And I'm going to show you a few tricks, and we're going to be using some code snippets, and we're going to be using a pretty powerful option that most people don't know about. Under Appearance and Theme Options, there's a tab called CSS Styles. Okay, and we're going to be using this section here to place some code snippets that are going to modify our website. Okay, and as I do often, when I learn something new, I take notes. I keep notes on different codes and things that I've learned, techniques and stuff like that. I recommend that you do the same. And so for the purposes of speeding up this tutorial, I'm going to be using some of these codes that I've accumulated over the years, and I'm going to be copying and pasting them. You can pause the video and copy the code, and alright, let's get started. Okay, one of the things I want to do is I want to get rid of the logo. Okay, basically if I inspect that item with my inspector, my handy Firebug inspector, we have the logo information over here. Let's see. Need to find that section there. Logo. Okay. So it's called logo. The selector is called logo. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify that using CSS. And we're going to use a CSS code snippet, put it right in there. So let me pull up my handy notes. And let's see. I have one for logo. And here it is, no logo. Okay, I'm going to copy that, and we're going to paste that in here. Okay, and it is just exactly the way it looks. Okay, number sign, logo, okay, space, curly bracket, okay, another curly bracket. Hit enter twice, move up, space in a couple of times, display, semicolon, space, none, colon. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, go ahead and save that. Refresh the website, and there you have it. There's no more logo at the top of the website. Okay, boom. Interesting. Now let's check out the menu. What if I wanted to kind of change things up with the menu? Take off the background, change the color from white text to dark text, modify the menu really quick. Alrighty, I'm going to eventually make these codes available to you guys, but for right now you're going to have to pause the video and copy them. Let's see, menu. We are going to use these codes right here to place into the CSS Styles section under Theme Options. Very handy section. It's almost like having a child theme built in. And as we can see, we've got colors there. I'm going to change this color here. Well, I'll leave it that way, and then you'll see what I end up doing with it. Refresh that, save those changes, refresh the site, and now you see what the menu looks like now. All the dark background is gone, but the text is white, so it's really hard to see, and there's a little shadow on it. That's how you can barely see what's there, and the hover is still there basically, but let's see what else we can do. Let's go back to that code in the CSS, and here's that white text right here, so we're going to change that to something darker. Okay, and we got rid of the border, made that 0 already. Okay, let's see how that looks. Let's save that. Go back to the website, refresh, and now we've got some nice looking text right there at the top. Pretty cool. Now let's see what else we can do. Okay, pretty cool. Hey, what if we wanted to put a background, different background on the website? Okay, get a lot of questions about that. Background. Choose image. So I have a picture of some bricks, and set that as the background. And let's see, center, no repeat, and fixed. Sounds good. I'll go ahead and save those changes. Go ahead and refresh. And there we go. Oh, we've got a brick background. Okay. Now these colophon widgets are transparent, so therefore we have transparent text in there, which is kind of cool. But let's see what else we can do here. Let's go ahead and click on these links here. And currently they are dark color, and we can make them white just like that. I'll show you that again. They're dark with the hover, white hover. We'll make them white with the white hover, and then that works for everything basically. Okay. And these changes that I'm making in the inspector are temporary. You have to actually go to the line number in the CSS and make these particular changes, or use code snippets like we're doing in the custom CSS option on the responsive theme. Alright, so we just made that change. That looks pretty good there. We got a brick background, we got rid of the logo, we got it nice and snug up at the top. Let's keep going. Let's do something about this content area. What if we wanted to round off those corners and make it transparent? How about that? Guess what? There's a CSS code snippet for that as well. Let's go ahead and use that. Open up my little handy bag of tricks here. Let's see. How about the featured area on the home page? Let's go ahead and do that. Copy that. Get that in there. And this here is the background. We're going to say none. And we're going to use a code known as RGBA, which is basically telling the browser that this is white, but with an opacity of 0.6, so a little more than half opacity. And we're going to put a border on that content area of 18 pixels. That's going to round off the corners on the border radius, and it's going to be nice and smooth and round. And we put a padding of 10 pixels on the bottom, and that's going to look pretty nice once we refresh. Okay. Boom. Look at that. Transparent. Nice rounded corners. Of course, we lost our white text, but I'll put that back once we get through modifying the rest of this stuff. And let's see. Let's do the same thing to the widgets. Alright. Let's go back to our CSS Styles. Make a couple of spaces there. And let's do the widgets. Let's do the same thing to the widgets. Okay, we got the white, transparent, border pixel, that's okay, radius 18 pixels, good. Okay, that looks good. Let's try it as is. I've used that setting quite a few times already. And boom, look at that. Now the widgets match the content area with a nice transparent background. And looking pretty good so far. Definitely not looking like the responsive theme. And before, if you remember, the colophon widgets, footer widgets were transparent. It was hard to read the text, but now they have a background. Okay, 50% or 60% transparent background. That looks pretty darn cool for the responsive theme. Now let's go ahead and change that font back to white. And actually, let's go ahead and copy that rule declaration. Ooh, I knew that was coming. Excuse me. We got some crazy weather here in California right now. And let's see. Ooh, I knew that was coming. Bless me. Okay, let me see. I'm just checking here to see. Okay, take care of that. So I should be able to take care of it right here. And just go ahead and save that. And that'll take care of our font color on the menu through CSS. There we go. Alrighty. So how's that looking so far for the responsive theme, huh? It's pretty different. And I've got other tutorials that show about the widgets, stacking widgets, colophon widgets, using all these different widgets that I have on here. You can watch those. Let's go to another page and see what happens. Uh-oh. Page is white. That's because the home page basically is a page by itself. It's its own template. Okay, what you change on the home page doesn't necessarily affect the default page templates for the rest of the different pages that are in the site as far as the responsive theme. So that means we have to change something else that's going to take care of all these pages. Alright, so the way we do that is we go and we inspect it with our handy tool Firebug. And in the inspector it tells us excuse me, that we have a wrapper, background color is white. Okay, so if we turn that off, boom, boom. Okay, so what we want is to copy that rule declaration for the wrapper. Alrighty. Go back up here to our handy little CSS section and copy that rule declaration and paste it in there so it's wrapper, background color, and we're gonna go ahead and cheat and grab this declaration right here. Instead of modifying that, we're just gonna go ahead and grab it from here because we want the same thing basically. Copy that and we will paste it right there. And we have a border. Do we want a border? Let's leave it and see what happens. Go here and refresh the about page, and there we go. Now we have transparency on our widgets and our content pages throughout the website. Okay, very neat, handy little trick. Like I said, I will try to do my best to make these codes available, these snippets available on my website, and hopefully you'll be able to implement them. Rounded edges, that's what we need to do to the wrapper. So let's go back here, go back to our CSS. Excuse me. Border radius is 4 pixels. Let's make that 18 like everything else, and that should do it. Refresh that. Boom. Corner should be rounded now. Let's go back and check that. Wrapper, border radius, solid pixel, margin, whoops, hold on. Aha, X, not PX. That was the problem there. Syntax, I tell you, if you're missing one character or have one character too many, you're going to have problems. Alright, most of the time that's what the problem is. Alright, we got nice rounded corners, we got transparency on all pages. Okay. Pretty darn handy code snippets to use. Change the look of your responsive theme from CyberChimps. Alrighty, and I did it all with Firebug Inspector, which allowed me to right click on different areas and find it in the CSS. Then I copied the code selectors and pasted them into the theme options CSS Styles editor. Okay, copied them right in here, made some slight modifications to them, made the changes that I wanted, and then simply saved it. This is like having a little child theme built into your theme already. Okay, and then what you can do is, like I said, and pause the video. And you can pause the video. Pause the video. And copy these, but I'm gonna do, I'm very stressed for time actually, so I will do my best to make a copy of these and make them available for you guys. Alright, anyway, I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope it was a good answer to some of the questions and inquiries I've been getting about transparency and getting rid of the header and logo and background images, stuff like that. Alright, if you have any questions, contact me at myvisionmedia.net, and thanks for tuning into my channel, and leave me some comments. Alright, thanks, bye.